and have to say, odds-on gold medal.
It's amazing. And Gössner, there she is, 16 on the right side of our screen. Gössner, she's shooting so much better, Patrick. I know she's had Rico Gross has given her all of his expertise, but she went, what was it, 0-0-4-0 in the pursuit. So 4 penalty loops in just one of the 4 visits into the range.
What about the shooting, Mike? If you look down the record over the last 4 major championships, generally you have to hit 18 out of 20 to get on the podium. Only on one occasion, when Neuner turned up in 2008 in Östersund, she missed 4 and still managed to outski Berger on the last lap.
Oh, that was a great fight to the line, though. That was one of the best ever. And I think today, Patrick, we're going to see a very close fight indeed. We saw it in the men's relay yesterday. I'm quite sure we'll see the same right down to the line today.
Now, if it comes to a sprint finish, or if it comes to a mass entry into the range on the last shoot in the stand position, with Henkel, Neuner, Zaitsever, Ekholm, Zidek, who has the mental strength to cope?
I think I would have to say at this moment, it would have to be Ekholm. She's just so special, especially in the stand position. The position is excellent. There's no tension in her body, and she's proved so many times she can handle extreme pressure.
So the very fact that the whole group are together, I think, indicating that the pace is not absolute maximum. Tora Berger leading on the left-hand side in the red and black Norwegian suit, but it's Magdalena Neuner with a slim lead going through. She is controlling this race at the moment, and you know, Mike, that she could turn it up at any stage she wanted. If so, when she's going to do it?
Well, what luxury that is, though, when you're in the race and you know that you can put in some pressure. Is this another little fall here from the Russian Titovits? Yes, it is. Oh, bad one, bad one. That's really knocked the rifle and knocked her spirit.
Yeah, I think she's got a bit of a crack on the head with that as well. So the second fall already. And I don't know if you were watching the cross-country, and Lahti, a fall from Marit Bjørgen, put her out of action. The Germans queuing up at the front of the order as they come into the range for the first time. They will be deafened by the noise from the crowd. For the very first time in these championships, the stadium is packed, and it's all due to the fact that Russia took the silver medal in the men's relay yesterday.
How many fans? I think I've heard there's 16, 17,000 have come out today. They really want to see more medals for Russia now.
And as we were saying yesterday, Mike, it doesn't exactly have a huge catchment area, with Schumann, the next biggest town, over 1,000 kilometres away.
They can't easily drive here.
16, 17,000. That is 25% of the population have turned out to watch, and that is a fantastic turnout. So you take the lane corresponding to your bib number, and those with 15 through to 30 should be the first to strike the targets. Now, we saw some below standard prone shooting from the men's team from Germany in the relay yesterday. Is it going to be the same story? Who strikes first? Henkel away very quickly indeed. Henkel down in lane 7. Neuner, 3 out of 3 so far. Bachmann has thrown one wide. Vita Simidienko throws 2 wide for the Ukraine. Henkel has 2 penalties, maybe getting off to a flying start. Tora Berger has missed. Racheva, after that fall in the early stages, she's missed as well. The first 2 going wide, and that will be a big concern. Zidek has missed, but guess what? Helena Ekholm, 5 out of 5.
She's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm so surprised, Patrick, that so many of the athletes are turning right instead of going straight on. It looks like the majority are going on to the penalty loop. The wind has been very kind for them today compared to the previous races.
So from a leading group of 30, after just one shoot, we're down to a leading group of 4 with Zaitsever and Grigorin on the chase. But Gali Titovets has done well, Mike, after that double fall.
Patrick, she came into the range 21 seconds off the pace, and there she is, 22.3. Well done to her after 2 huge negative experiences on that first 2.5.
Kuzmina and Gössner with 1 penalty. Dorothy Vera of Italy in 17th place. She did well to qualify for this race, and she got that on the back of a phenomenal pursuit race where she went from 28th all the way up into 9th position. So nice to see the Italians represented by both Vera and Michela Ponza. But it's Neuner who leads the way out onto lap number 2 of 5. Leaders through 3.4 kilometres. Neuner with a 9-second lead over Marie Durand. Durand looking to ski very well. It would be nice to see the French back on the podium. In fact, France not doing too badly. They've got themselves in 3rd place in the medal table. They have a gold through Martin Fourcade, they have a silver and they have a bronze. And Fourcade has played a part in all 3 of them. So he will be going again this afternoon, trying to make it 2 golds. But before that, Brunet doesn't seem to be on form. Marie Durand has got better as the season's gone on.
Yes, she had Brunet, just talking to the coach earlier about Brunet, and she is exhausted, mentally exhausted as well as physically exhausted, and it's very difficult to lift yourself up for a championship race like this when you're feeling both of those negatives.
Now, I know it's beautifully warm today, Mike, as we see Andrea Henkel and Berger, 2 of the favourites, going through in 24 and 25, almost a minute behind. It's fantastic spring conditions today, but they've had 2 weeks at -15 and lower. What does that take out of the body?
It takes a huge amount out of the body, and not only that, at the -16, when you're skating like this, the aggressive snow makes it even more fatiguing. So today, in actual fact, it will feel easier, even though their bodies and their minds on a championships are probably quite exhausted.
Well, if it's easier, it generally means that the fields are much closer together, but a lot of damage is being done by Magdalena Neuner. She's got a 3-second lead over Durand. She's got a 10-second lead over 3rd place, which is Helena Ekholm. And Ekholm has been joined by both Grigorin and Zaitseva, so Russia still with a chance. How many shot clear on the first shoot?
First time in, Patrick, there were only 10 out of the best 30 in the world who shot clear. Harold there looking, well, it looked a little bit tense, I think. Doesn't need to be at the moment. There was one real bad shoot, Patrick, and it was Vita Shemerenko. She took the bronze medal in the individual race 2 days ago, but she missed 4 out of 5.
Yeah, so maybe it's going to be Valia Semelienko who comes through today. Now, what is the margin? It was 3 seconds. Look at the damage that Neuner is doing on this second lap, trying to build herself a cushion before the standing shooting, which comes on lap number 3. So 16 seconds. Zaitseva can't stay with her. Grigorin, Ekholm, all losing a huge amount of time to Magdalena Neuner. Miriam Gustner is now 28 behind, and Gustner coming out of the range 29 behind, so only Gustner is skiing at the same speed as Magdalena Neuner. Makarainen, 1 miss, has lost another 3 seconds. Valia Semelienko goes through in 12th. We've got Scardino 13. Brunet all the way down in 16th at the moment.
Look at Henkel just coming through now on the right side. Frank Luck said that she's one of his favourites. I think she can still come back from this. She missed 2, but she has the ability now to hit the next 15.
Yeah, but Frank Luck always puts his money on Andrea Henkel, and she finished 46th in the individual. That was a disaster. Very difficult conditions, and we don't, to be honest, know exactly who had the hurricane hit them when they were shooting. So it's a bit difficult to be analytical.
It is, and in fairness, one of the times Henkel came in on that very, very windy individual day, it certainly was like a mini hurricane. So she had bad luck. Rico Gross was running alongside Tina Bachmann, desperate to tell her where the fall of her missed shot was first time in. Well, she missed 2 actually. Vital to get that information.
The Olympic champion, who also won this title in 2008 in Östersund in Sweden, has started supremely well. 15 seconds clear of her nearest rival.
She adjusted her sights to place the shot 5 millimeters further to the right. That's sensible, the wind has dropped off.
Well, there is the first mistake from Neuner, and I think Durand, Ekholm, Zaitseva will have picked up on the change of noise, and they will know now that there's an opportunity. That may, of course, be a little bit of a distraction. A miss from Ekholm, the very first one on this second shoot.
Zaitseva as well. I thought Zaitseva would hit these next 15.
Durand goes 5 out of 5. Kuzmina 5 out of 5. The Russians rising because, of course, Kuzmina originally from Russia, now racing for Slovakia. Grigorin taking an age over shot number 5. And still waiting. There must be a problem.
She's feeding a spare round, Patrick. I can see her on lane 4. Don't know what happened, but she's lost 15 seconds.
Another miss from
there's
Mäkäräinen.
Grigorin now. She lost so much time.
So Noina, after pushing the pace on lap number 2, has to do it again. 5 seconds to gain on Durand. Ponza, what a great race from the Italian. Up in third, just 7 seconds off the leaders. And the Olympic sprint champion, Kuzmina, in 4th at the moment. Now, Kuzmina, Mike, I know it's not been, results-wise, it hasn't been brilliant. A 3rd, a 6th and a 9th, although she'll be delighted to have got that bronze medal in the sprint. She is skiing as fast as Noina.
She is, and that must make Kuzmina feel good, but she has struggled in the stand shoot, and we did see her obviously missing 2 earlier, which was a terrible start.
So only 30% of the field hit all the targets on the first pro, and I think we now have only 4-5 left who have yet to miss a target, and Nielsen is amongst them for Sweden. Scardino of Belarus, 10 out of 10. Michaela Ponza, Taya